folks, from Rawlins, Wyoming, and just leaving the Rawlins Western Lodge. Spent the night here. Price was right. Actually, the prices in this town for motels is considerably cheaper than what we're used to. Probably because, after Labor Day, tourism dies down. There's more competition for limited business that's still coming through the area, so we certainly capitalize on that. I'm just heading out to the Walmart and pick up a couple of things and start heading south towards Steamboat Springs. Won't get there today. I'll probably get to Columbine, or not even Columbine. Perhaps the border with Colorado. But that's the direction we're heading south, and looking forward to seeing you out on the road. See you later. Just at a McDonald's in Rawlins. I went to Walmart and grabbed a few grocery items for the road. And so I'm just finishing up a coffee here, and I'm going to start heading south through Rawlins and then south to try to book a cabin that's about 90 kilometers away, but apparently it's already booked, so that's out. But there are a number of informal campgrounds along the way, so and before the cabin, so those look like likely destinations for today. Probably between 80 and 90 kilometers, but there's quite a bit of climbing, so it's going to be interesting. We'll see you out there. Just cruising through downtown Rawlins. Need to make one more quick stop if I can, and then exit town. So as you can see, it's a very quiet morning here in downtown Rawlins. See up the road. So I'm about 15k south of Rawlins, and it's just come roly-poly through a similar environment than we did through the Great Basin and south of Pinedale. It's always interesting to come up over these ridges. You can't see anything until you get to the top. When you get to the top, you see everything, and the way to go. So, looks like I've been climbing. Well, it doesn't look like I have been climbing for the last, I guess, 15k. And according to my elevation guide, I'll be doing a little climbing still to about the halfway point, and then a lot of climbing. So I'm assuming that we'll be going up over those mountains, those ridges, way ahead. folks. Yeah, just taking a break. Just finished a really long climb, and someone was really nice to put 3 coolers out here. One of them is stocked with ice. I don't know what's in the other 2, but and this bush here provides a wonderful break from the serious headwinds we've had all morning, and they're just getting harder and harder. So I thought it's a good opportunity to stop for a burrito break. Before I continue the torture on the next climb. But let me show you what this person did. This is quite amazing. And I guess this is what you'd call trail magic. So right in here, amongst this little shelter tree here, you can see that there's some coolers. And so this was on top of that cooler, and the rocks were on top of it to keep it from blowing away. So when you open up the cooler, check this out. It's all ice, and they've left bottles of water in there. How amazing is that? I guess that's certainly my first experience with trail magic along the GDMBR. So consider myself very fortunate to be able to take advantage of this. Not that it was absolutely needed, but I'm so thankful that whoever did this. So if for whatever reason down the road, a year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, whoever did this sees this video, thank you very, very much for doing this. You're awesome. Anyways, I'm going to pack it all up and start heading down the road because I got another climb coming right up. See you down the road. Gravel. Well, after all that, bouncy cattle gate, after all that open land and super mega hills and punishing headwinds, it's nice to be in the forest here. You can cover, change of direction, maybe even get a bit of a tailwind out of this before the end of the day. Anyways, a little after 3, there's a informal campsite not that far from here, but there is a ranch called Leader Ranch, about 45k. So I'd probably get there in about 3 hours, which would get me there just after 6, which would be fine. But so I'll get to the other campsite and I'll make a judgment call. I'll reassess, see how I feel. Anyways, oh man, so nice to be in the forest and out of that headwind. See you up the road. So, getting very close to where I think I'm going to camp tonight. And it's interesting. We're up high here. And all of a sudden I'm seeing all these aspens.
Aspens, they look like, I don't know, dead trees or whatever it is, but you know, now that I'm in it, yeah, it's nothing but aspens. Very interesting. Anyways, it's been a very long day, and although it's only 4:30, I think it's time to call it. I just hope there isn't a bunch of yahoos camping at that informal campground ahead. Anyways, we're gonna find out. See you there. Oh, isn't this kind of cool? I call this Aspen Alley. Very cool. Still haven't found a campsite. The last informal campground was severely occupied, and there was no water. So we're going to the U.S. Forest Service cabin that's just down a few kilometers down the road, and see if we can just camp on their grounds. I'm sure there's a river going by. Anyways, we'll see. See you there. Howdy, folks. Not sure how this is going to work out, but testing the low light capabilities of this camera, I guess. So we're camping just past, or just before, sorry, the cutoff for the alternative, for the Columbine alternative, and had a great day, but it was really challenging. Lots of climbing, lots of headwinds, but wall-to-wall sunshine once again. So Bobby and I found a spot down here by an irrigation ditch, they call it, but it's basically a river. And so we were setting up camp, and then Scott showed up on the road, and he decided to come down and join us. So the three of us are camping here tonight. And yeah, so everything went well. Had a really good evening, lots of conversation, but you know, we're all quite exhausted from the day of lots of climbing, lots of headwinds. So the plan tomorrow is to get as close to Steamboat Springs as possible, but I think we'll probably end up in Clark. Yeah, so anyways, that's how today went, and found a really nice camp spot. And you can see still got a little bit of sunlight left there on the horizon. So yeah, but it's time to call it a night. So we'll see you in the morning.